So for a while now, photographers around the world have faced a very difficult choice, and it's actually not which lens you should bring with you. So you pack up all your camera equipment. You travel to your location. And then you find someone to shoot some photos with. And you spend some time getting the best shots that you can. And sure, you might look like a little bit of an idiot whilst you're doing it, but job done, right? Well, not quite. This is where that difficult decision comes in. So you've got some photos that you're actually quite happy with, but now what are you going to do with them? You want to share them, but where are you going to do that? You need a good photo sharing platform.
For a good photo sharing platform, you need three things: a good interface, a good audience, and a good algorithm. If one of those three is missing, you're not going to have a good experience or a good place to post your photos. So let's have a look at the platforms that are available and how they match up. First up, you've got Flickr. Now, Flickr's actually got a pretty good interface. You can post landscape and portrait photos, and it looks really good. The problem is, who the hell is using Flickr in 2024? And the algorithm there, almost non-existent. No one's going to discover your photos on Flickr and follow you or really care about anything you're posting.
I like to think of Flickr like an art gallery. Anyone who wanders in off the street might be able to see your photos, but they're not going to push it out to loads of different people. The verdict? Maybe this is a platform for you if you're one of those people who kind of use their photographs as fine art, but not for everyone else.
Next up, you have Facebook. And you might think I'm joking, but it actually used to be a viable platform that you could post images on. The interface is actually pretty good. It accepts all kinds of images, higher resolution than many of the other ones, as well as the facility to put some actual text behind it. The audience is there as well. It's got hundreds of millions of users. Me and all my friends used to be on Facebook, so that would have actually been a good place to put it. Problem is, nowadays, when I log into my account, it's mainly people who I went to school with, who had a kid and got divorced about 5 years ago, and my grandma. So even if they had an algorithm, which they don't, who would it really be reaching at this point? Anyone of value? Probably not. So that's Facebook out of the list for me.
Sure, it might be nice to connect with lost family members every once in a while, but I don't think my photos are going to gain any major traction here or be appreciated.
Next up, you've got Twitter. I never thought about this as an option, but I saw it's actually picking up some traction online, so I decided to check it out. Unfortunately, it's not a great place to be right now. Elon's kind of ruined the platform. All the photographers on there seem to be shilling some kind of crypto or NFT project that's complete rubbish. And so, realistically, I don't want to get involved with that crowd. The algorithm really isn't there. Hashtags and spam bots just everywhere. There's no point. It really is just quite a long day. The people I want to connect with don't really seem to be there. It's not a good place to be.
Twitter seems to be the place to be if you're a spam bot or looking to scam your fans, but it's not for me, trying to share some photos.
So for the best part of a decade, Instagram has been the de facto image sharing app for basically everyone on the globe. The problem is, right now, it's worse than I can ever remember. You have an interface that actually sucks. It's never been that good. It prioritizes portrait images. It means that I completely stopped shooting landscape for such a long time because what am I going to do with it? Instagram only really works with portrait stuff. It prioritizes reels, so now every time I go on there, it's just some stupid video trend that I don't want to see. Everything's a copy of each other. People just try and game an algorithm that no longer works. You have no engagement. You post and people don't see it. The best part of a decade, I was shooting images almost exclusively for Instagram. It was like a de facto portfolio for me and every photographer in the world. And now it's just the worst place that you could possibly imagine for any kind of creative. So with an interface that's completely broken, an audience that's there but you can't reach them because the algorithm is so bad, realistically now is the worst time that I've found to be posting on Instagram, unless you want to go hard on reels, copying other people, doing trends that have no value, and essentially just shilling out so that you can actually make a living. And now there's actually a new player that's entered the game. I didn't really think about this as an option, mainly because it was coming from Meta, the company behind Instagram or Facebook, which, are rubbish apps now. Threads is actually the best place that I've found so far to post any kind of image. The interface, I think, is by far the best. I love the way that it scrolls through and you can post landscape and portrait. Everything scales and it's a really good experience. I can put text, I can create threads where I have one thing and then comment another thing. I can put links in, embed YouTube videos, and I've been really enjoying it. I've been posting quite a lot of content about this camera right here, the Fujifilm X100F, on Threads, and it's gained quite a lot of traction. Now, it might be easy for me to say that the algorithm is good because I've gained followers. In fact, in the about 6 weeks that I've been posting on Threads, I've gained more followers than the 10 years I've been posting on Instagram. So you might think I'm biased. What I'm actually judging it by is on Threads, I'm actually seeing stuff that I like. Good photography. And I'm engaging with photographers who have interesting things to say. When I post an image, it's not just nice one, fire emoji. It's actually people asking me about how I shot something, how I edited something. We're having decent conversations back and forth about images, photography, how we edit stuff. And it's been a really great and friendly community. And sure, any post talking about this camera does well. People are just interested in it in general. But I'm really interested to see how Threads does this year as well. I'm hoping that the audience of people there continues to grow and get some traction. I've found that it's a really friendly and welcoming place. If you're not there already, I think they should start posting. Another great thing is I think now is the opportune time to start posting in Threads. With Instagram, when was the last time that you actually followed someone new? I mean, it doesn't show you anyone good, so I can understand if that's been a while. Well, with Threads, everyone is new. You might have a slight advantage if you come out of a big Instagram account and you have a bunch of followers and they're following you on Threads, but I found it's much more of a level playing field than these massive Instagram accounts who are hogging all of the algorithm traffic and leaving everyone else to feed off scraps. There are a bunch of really interesting people who followed me, and I've actually found some photographers who are really inspiring. So, if you're watching this video and you still have any doubts, spin up a Threads account and follow me. You'll see what all the fuss is about, and hopefully together, we can grow and fulfill a corner of the internet that's been lacking for photographers for so long.
So what's the verdict on this one? Threads is by far the most enjoyable place that I've posted any photos since I started shooting. If you haven't yet, join up, follow me, and let's have some fun over there.